and welcome. Today we're going to be focusing a little bit more on the hips and low back. I do recommend really listening to your body. If something doesn't feel right, definitely don't do it, or we can definitely modify, of course, as well. For this practice, I do recommend having 1 or 2 blocks, a strap, and maybe a blanket. If you don't have those, that's okay though, don't worry. I still recommend you practicing with me. And if you don't have blocks, a thicker book might work as well. All right, let's get started. Come to a tall, comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. So you can come cross-legged if that feels good. If it doesn't, if you're feeling too much pressure on the knees, you can always extend your legs out long, or of course you can start on your back. Go ahead and close your eyes. Roll long through your spine. Placing the palms down on the thighs or knees if you need a little bit more grounding. Or flip your palms up if you need a little bit more energy. Take a deep inhale breath in through your nose, open your mouth and sigh it out. Good, 2 more deep inhale breaths through the nose. Open the mouth, release. 1 more big breath on your own. And seal your lips. Again, taking deep inhalations through the nose. This time expanding the belly out. Exhale through the nose and pull your belly in. Just for a few moments, focusing on the breath. Allowing the mind to settle. Relaxing the muscles around your eyes. Relax the jaw. Excellent. Option to keep your eyes closed and just focus on you. Walking your left hand out to the side. On your inhalation, reach your right arm nice and long and then over to the left. Allowing that right shoulder to slightly rotate upwards. And you can keep your head straight ahead. You can gaze down or up underneath the armpits. Just again, reminder to be mindful of your body. Make sure there's no pinching in the spine, no pain in the neck. 1 more breath. On your inhalation, come all the way up. Exhale to release. Walking the right hand out. Inhale, left arm nice and high and over to the right. 3 breaths here. Inhale to rise, exhale to release. Beautiful. Moving into child's pose. So you have a couple different options here. You can keep a blanket underneath your knees if that feels better for you, or you can have the blanket just at the front of the mat. Option 1 is to take your knees nice and wide, feet together, hips to your heels, and walk your hands out nice and long. Forehead to the mat, or if your forehead doesn't reach the mat yet, you can always bring the forehead to a blanket or even a block. Slow, deep breaths. If this is too much on the knees, you can always, of course, keep your hips lifted and again, still walk your hands out nice and long. Closing the eyes. Slow, deep breaths here. Option to walk your hands a little bit further out, so far out that your elbows lift. That nice deep stretch along your spine. You can pump your shoulders one at a time, or even rock your forehead side to side. On your next inhalation, walk your hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up into a tabletop position. Stacking your wrists beneath your shoulders, knees are hip width distance apart, and anytime our hands are down, make sure all 10 fingers are spread nice and wide. Let's move into a little bit more into our spine. Couple rounds of cat and cow. Inhale to drop your belly, crown your head and tailbone are up. And as you exhale, arch your spine, really press the mat away, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale to arch. A few more rounds on your own, allowing the breath to lead the movement. Couple more. Excellent. Coming back to a neutral spine, lengthening the crown of your head away from your tailbone away from the crown of your head. Start to engage that core, really tighten the belly here, pressing the mat away from you. We're just going to take our spine in the opposite direction, reaching the crown of your head and tailbone to one side. Your gaze is down, and then the other side. Good. Once more to one side, and the other. Excellent. Very nice. Go ahead and walk your hands a little bit further out in front of you. We're going to step back to a high plank. If this is too much to start with, you can always drop your knees. No matter where you are, you're really pressing the mat away, broadening the shoulders across the back. Breathing, open mouth exhalations help at any time. Again, tightening the core. Don't forget about those pelvic floor muscles, the muscles you cut your urine off with. 2 more breaths. Inhale your hips up nice and high and as far back as you can. Downward dog. Don't forget to spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. You can pedal your feet out here, getting a little bit more into the legs. Again, if this is too much, you can always drop down to the forearms if you're experiencing a lot of pain in your wrists. So listen to your body. Pedaling the feet out. Inhale the heels nice and high. Exhale to release. 2 more. Inhale, heels nice and high. Really get into those toes. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, the heels high. Exhale, release. Good. Look between your hands and slowly walk your feet forward, coming into ragdoll. Feet are hip width distance or wider if you need more stability. Bending the knees here as much as you need to. Option to take hands to opposite elbows. You can sway your upper body side to side. You can shake the upper body, yes. You can shake out your head, yes or no. Just releasing any tension, stress that you might be holding on to along the spine and the neck. A little blood flow to the head. Beautiful. Releasing the hands down. Bend your knees deeply. very slowly as you can, start to roll all the way up. Head comes last, nice and slow. When you arrive, roll the shoulders up to your ears and down back. Beautiful. Option to bring your feet together. If you feel unstable with your feet together, put a little space between your feet, about hip width distance apart. Make sure that all 10 toes are facing forward. Lengthen through your spine, drawing the tailbone down, not to tuck, just along the spine. Reaching your fingertips towards the mat, palms face forward. Start to engage your core. Closing the eyes. Come back to your breath. Relax those facial muscles. Option to keep your eyes closed as we move through our flow. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Palms together, exhale to the heart. 2 more. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, heart. 1 more on your own. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Interlace your fingers this time. Make a little steeple with your hands and reach the arms nice and long. Relax the shoulders. Start to engage your core, belly, back, pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, breath in. Exhale to the right, hips to your left. Lengthen nice and long so you're not scrunching in those right ribs. Inhale to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Cactus the arms, lift your heart up, little press of your pelvis forward. Elbows are in line with the shoulders. Don't cut off your air supply. Inhale to rise. Exhale, flat back. Create length as you dive all the way down. Forward fold. If your hands don't touch the mat, that's okay. Feel free to use your block at whatever height you might need. Anytime we're in a forward fold as well, you can pedal your feet out, helping out those hamstrings and calves. On your next inhalation, coming into a halfway lift. Palms to the shins, flat back here. Little squeeze of those shoulder blades. Reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone, tailbone away from the crown of your head. Make sure there's no crease in the back of the neck, nor chin to chest. Nice long spine here. On your exhalation, melt your heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. 1 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Root those feet down, bend the knees. Inhale, reverse, swan dive, flat back. Reaching the arms out and all the way up. Look between the hands. Exhale to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, baby back bend. Lift the heart up. You can always cactus your arms. Inhale to rise, exhale dive. Inhale halfway. Exhale fold. Plant the hands. Make sure you're at the front of your mat. Plant the hands. Right foot stays. Giant step back with that left foot. And you can always drop the back knee if you wish. Here's one of the little nuts here. We're just going to surf it out, helping our hips out here. So shifting your hips forward and back, bending the knees, straightening the knees. Just kind of working into those hamstrings and hips a little bit more. And obviously, if you need blocks, again, you can use whatever height you might need. Excellent. Pausing in that low lunge. Let's go ahead and drop the back knee, and if you need a blanket, a little bit more support on that back knee, feel free to go ahead and grab that blanket. Do make sure that your front knee is not past the ankle. That can be damaging to the joints. Knee is right over ankle or in front. Left palm is flat to the mat or a block. Squeeze those inner thighs, lengthen through your spine. Inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling or sky. Option again to gaze straight ahead, up with the hand, or even down. One more breath. Exhale to release. Good. Plant the palms. Pick up the back knee. Arch your spine. Really press the mat away. Of course, if you're using your blocks, pressing the blocks away from you. Step forward. Forward fold. Good. Inhale halfway. Exhale fold. Excellent. Bend the knees. Inhale reverse swan dive. Flat back all the way up. Exhale heart. Inhale arms reach out and up. Exhale flat back. Dive all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale fold. Left foot stays. Giant step back with that right foot. And just like we did on the other side, we're just going to shift our weight forward and back. Bending the knees, straightening the knees. No right or wrongs here. We're just looking for some movement, loosening up your hips. Excellent. When you feel ready, we'll pause in that low lunge. Front knee is over your ankle, not past. Right palm flat. You can drop the back knee. If you'd like that support with the blanket, feel free to do so. Inhale, left arm nice and high. 2 more breaths. On your exhalation, release palm all the way down. Pick up the back knee, step back, high plank. Option to hold here. Make sure all 10 fingers are spread nice and wide, engaging core. You can always drop the knees. 2 more breaths. You got this. Really press the mat away from you. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop those knees. Without moving your hands, make sure that your elbow creases are facing forward. So notice how I can move my elbows without moving my wrists, my hands. Elbow creases face forward. Shift your weight forward. So now your shoulders are past your wrists. Elbows go straight into the ribs, lowering nose, chest, then your hips. And you can always remove that blanket out from underneath of you. Palms beneath your shoulders. Untuck your toes, pressing the top of your feet down to lift your knees. This is going to take support off your low back. Excuse me, this is going to take pressure off your low back. Pressing down the top of your feet to lift your knees. Elbows are still in. Inhale for a baby cobra. Peeling the chest off the mat. Lengthen through your spine. Elbows are in. Shoulders are rolled down. Breathe. Exhale to release. Inhale, cobra. Pressing the top of the feet down. Option to come up a little further as long as there's no pinching in your spine. Long neck here. Exhale to release. 1 more. Inhale, cobra. Option to come up a little further. Shoulders are down, elbows in. Exhale to release. Tuck your toes. Send your hips to your heels. And lift your hips up, down dog. Pedal your feet out. Excellent. Look between your hands. Travel your feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Root your feet down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, heart. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, flat back, dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Excellent. Right foot stays, giant step back with the left foot. And then again, we're gonna drop that back knee. If you need the support, please feel free to grab your blanket. And then walk your right foot outside your right hand. Large hip opening here. Go ahead and use your block, or you may not have to use your block. And you can have your block at whatever height you may want at. So 3 different options here for your block. Of course, if you need a little bit more height, you can come up using your blocks at its taller height. Again, check in with the knee, make sure the knee is not past your ankle. Option to untuck your back toes. If you'd like, you can come down to your forearms on your block, again, whatever height. Or if you're really feeling up to it, bringing your forearms all the way down to the mat. Breathe. Closing the eyes. Nice, slow, deep breaths. I'm going to be here for about a minute. Relax your facial muscles. Relax the hands. Relax the jaw. Sending your breath wherever you're feeling it the most. So it might be in the hips, it might be in your left hip crease. Just try to relax those areas with intention, sending your breath to those areas of the body. Slow, deep inhalations through the nose, expanding the belly. Exhale through the nose, pulling the belly in. Just breathe. Take a deep inhale breath. Through your nose, open your mouth inside out. If you're down on the forearms, go ahead and come up to the palms. Set your block to the side. Pressing the palms down, tuck your back toes. Scoot your back knee just slightly forward. We're just going to send our right knee back into tabletop. We're going to extend, just shake it out, wiggle it out, whatever feels good to you. Extend the leg long, you can roll out your hips. Even if you'd like to take a down dog, feel free to do so. Whatever feels good to you. Excellent. When you're ready, if you're not already in a down dog, go ahead and head that direction. Hips nice and high. Look between your hands and walk your feet forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. A little slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale the heart. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, flat back, dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Left foot stays. Plant the hands, giant step back with the right foot. And when you're ready, we'll drop that back knee. This time walk your left foot outside your left hand. Check in with the front knee. Make sure that the front knee is not past your ankle. I want you to wiggle those toes up further if your foot's behind the knee. And then taking whatever necessary props you like for yourself. And every side is different, so this could be a little bit more tighter than it was on the other side. That's okay. Every single side and every single human is different. So again, we have options to stay up on the blocks. Bring the forearms down to one or both block. You can untuck your back toes, or maybe bring the forearms all the way down. Closing the eyes. Slow, deep breaths. Relaxing the facial muscles. Relax the jaw, relax the hands. Slow, deep breaths. Control that breathing. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. When you're ready, there's no rush. You can always pause the video at any time if you want to hang out here a little bit longer. When you are ready, coming up onto the palms, tucking your back toes, scoot the back knee a little bit further forward, and then bring that left knee back. And again, taking whatever movement feels good to you. Extending the legs. You can come into a down dog. When you feel complete, crawl a little bit further forward. We're going to come all the way down to our backs. Getting all your props out of the way. Draw your knees in and a little rock side to side. A little massage of the spine here. Releasing the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and drop the knees wide. And of course, you can use a block under each thigh or knee to help support your hips. And then bringing the arms out at a T. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. I encourage you to stay in this position for as long as you would like. Just relax the muscles around your eyes, relax the tongue, relax the jaw and the shoulders, down the spine and relax the hips. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.